Hello and good evening, everyone out there in the wonderful world of Twitch. This is John. Hopefully our audio is coming through well and everything looks right tonight because this is our season finale for Dragon Age. We have recently switched over to Fantasy Age 2nd Edition as some of the rules that we'll be using for this game. So thank you so much, Green Ronin, for creating this game, even though our show is not associated with them or with BioWare or whoever it was that made this wonderful world of Thedas with Dragon Age. We would love to work with y'all, but we absolutely just do this because we love the system. That said, tonight you'll hear music from Tabletop Audio, as well as we are currently using our battle map system, which is Alchemy. Players, you don't need to load that up quite yet. We'll see if we actually end up going into a battle map, but if we do, that is our current VTT of choice. Now, that said, how about we get into introductions of my players before I just spin us out. And tonight, I'm going to start us off with Rev.
Hi guys, it's me, Rev. I use she, her pronouns, as does my character Danny, who is, like Leon, waiting to get out of Val Royeaux.
May actually happen. Going downwards to Michael.
Hello, everybody. I'm Michael. I use he, him pronouns as well as my character, Leon Hubert. And Leon, like our other friends, well, at least, I never remember anymore if it's
Danny
or yeah. Okay, so Danny wants to get the hell out of town.
And going across, let's go ahead and say hi to Stevie.
Hello, my name is Stevie. I use he, him pronouns, and I play Amara Pallier, who uses she, her pronouns. She is a Templar, and she might have 2 girlfriends. We'll figure it out.
And finally, on to Frankie.
Just kidding. Maybe I have 2 girlfriends. Who knows? Hi, my name is Frankie. I use they, them pronouns. I play Ilian Toussaint, who uses they, them pronouns as well, and is a circle mage, and actually is, okay with Val Royeaux. Does not need to leave as everyone else does, so I'm sure that won't create any tension.
None whatsoever. So, when last we left our group, we're going to go ahead and drop you in right where we essentially left off. You are leaving the office of Klaus Monike, who oversees the work orders and job assignments for various people, but above all, does that for the alienage. So working with the elves and helping them find their way through society here in Orlais. Yeah, working with. Now, this said, you have discovered that they are not exactly on the up and up, and people have disappeared while working for them, and a whole bunch of other things. Highly recommend going back and watching the last episode to catch up on all the details from all that investigation. But I think I'd like to turn it over to my players and get an idea of what it is that they're doing and where they want to go at this point. And it really tonight is a lot of your show. So, anybody want to start off?
I believe the last thing that I said was I walked up next to Leon and said to Leon, I think we should bury this dagger in his chest when we kill him.
I think that's exactly where we ended.
Yeah.
I think Leon will look down at the dagger, and you handed that to Leon, correct?
I'm holding it. Leon can
Holding
take it.
it.
It's
Okay.
fine.
Leon just looks down at the dagger, and this death will do as well as any other.
And it might even serve us another purpose.
With you, Danny, Things always do.
Do we even have a... Do we have a way of how to get back in contact with our crow allies?
Do we just caw loudly in a public place?
We just look sneaky around, look like we're up to something?
Now you
Zoo?
do have a name that your contact is operating under here.
Oh yeah.
And our note takers definitely have that. And for those of us that aren't note takers, what was the name?
I think it's Ronnie Millsap.
Yes,
Absolutely,
Where's
Ronnie.
Ronnie?
Balinese. Balinese?
Yes, Ronnie Millsap. Oh my god,
The classic French name.
100%.
Classic. Classic.
You're killing
Well
me.
known in the French community.
I thought you'd appreciate that, John.
You have no clue because that is a story I can't even tell on air.
All right. Well, I'll wait for the post-op.
Yeah,
post
you and I could talk about that afterwards.
Okay.
Needless to say, I have a music story involving Ronnie Millsap.
I didn't know that was a person. I just thought it was a silly name.
No, it is actually a singer,
Real fam.
sort of in the country genre
Yeah,
back
you
in the
are.
70s and 80s.
Doing great, babe. All right.
So Marie Balinese.
Mhm.
So we have a name. So we could probably try to send a message, have a runner send a message to Marie Balinese. Yeah.
You could.
We would like to do that.
Let's go back to our hotel because I'm sure they have every hotel has nice stationery, like a little notepad. I bet they have a little parchment there for our convenience.
You take that stationery home, don't you?
Oh yeah, and the free pens.
Who doesn't?
There we go.
Well, remember, as you are traveling back through town now, it is the evening, and much of the celebration and liveliness has moved inside. It is still prior to this huge celebration in Orlais, the Festival
Yeah,
of
we're-
Light.
We're in the build-up, right? We're coming up to the festival. It is not occurring. at
It
the
has not occurred, but in my mind, if we're going to base it around the cultures thereof, more than likely, this town is enjoying itself, and there is a bit of debauchery and enjoyment. So you make your way through the streets, and most people have moved off the streets. A lot of the street vendors are gone at this point. But the city is awash in festivities. Now, making your way through all that back to your hotel, and the dour note that you feel while all this is going on, really is going to be largely up to you.
I think it clear. Normally, this is definitely a situation that Leon would be dying to partake in.
Mm-hmm.
But given the recent revelations, Leon's pretty focused internally. He's actually not paying a lot of attention to what's happening on the street and what's happening around as people are moving off to, their private parties and their soirees and orgies and all the things that they're doing. Leon's pretty introverted at the moment. He's looking inward.
And by the way, with everything going on, just want to say that the table does have a reroll from Dot. So Dot, thank you so much tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dot.
Okay. So, have we made it back to the I forgot
Yeah.
the name.
If there is nothing else that you're going to be doing on the way there to the hotel that you had found,
Mara's pretty focused.
I'm just Ilian's just keeping an eye out for just kind of trying to track vague, like kind of like when you're watching a river go by and you're like looking where the current's going, just kind of trying to keep track, like noble, nothing super intense, but being like, oh, they seem to be being shunned, oh, that party's popular, kind of things. Just trying to like kind of vaguely keep track of that.
All right.
Danny's actually going to walk kind of a little behind Leon to keep an eye around him if he's that kind of in his own head, to make sure nobody's trying to pick his pocket or, come at him from a side.
Absolutely. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get some, in that case, some observation rolls.
Oh,
So, I think that would be a cunning for this system. Trying to get my head back into it. Yes, no, perception.
Perception?
Perception. There we go.
Would a specialty of searching help?
That doesn't help so much with people. Searching is more hidden objects and things. Seeing is more visual sense and often dealing with people. But
I've got 16 with a 5 on the stunt die.
I have
Doubles on a 5 on the stunt die.
a 14.
okay.
Continuing my epic rolls, I'm at a big 11.
And I got a 10.
Yeah!
Well, strangely then, the one person who sees shadows moving along the rooftops in relatively the same direction as Leon.
I'm gonna roll a. I'm gonna use some stunt points here. I'm gonna use the 3 for extra information to observe these shadows to see if are there silhouettes familiar, perhaps.
Yeah, absolutely. So, with the stunt points, which stunt were you going with specifically?
Oh, I started with I had 5, so I'm gonna spend 3. It's in the second edition, Fantasy Age second edition.
There we go.
Exploration stunt. I am looking at extra information.
Oh, okay. Let me just pull that up here really quick so I make sure I get, if I want to do this, I want to make sure that I use the right stunt.
Mhm.
There we go. So, all right, yeah. You gain an additional piece of information related to your action. If you're examining a clue, you get additional lead from it. These shadows do seem to carry a certain look to it, and and their silhouette lends itself more to Ravani style clothing.
I know who it is.
So over his shoulder, Leon will, knowing that that Danny is a few steps behind him, over his shoulder, Leon will say, "Your compatriots are above."
She'll just lift her eyes, not her head. Does it look like the same dudes that kept him from getting pickpocketed on the boat?
Similar in appearance. You're not certain it's the same people, but probably from the organization thereof.
I think it should be okay.
At Danny's words, like Leon just resumes his thought, his deep thoughts. Deep
I-
thoughts.
I will, however, make sure to watch them in case I'm wrong.
Alien almost saw something, but then saw a bug and got distracted.
You are moving through this festival, and 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Yeah. I rolled on the dice, and Luvia in the festivities, and with in a burst of confetti and other things that are falling from the buildings in this celebration, a note nearly smacks you in the face. It's been folded up enough to have enough girth to it that they could throw it with some accuracy.
Danny loves
Yeah.
girthy notes.
Who doesn't?
I will take a look at said earthy note.
It reads that you are being followed, and they're doing their best to try and dissuade them from coming after you, but they have picked up other shadows moving along the way.
I'm gonna pass that along to everyone else. The Ravani on the rooftops are friends, and they are letting us know that we're being followed. They're trying to discourage our pursuers, but they're having none of it. Just so we all know. Don't
Amara
look over
will-
your shoulder, Amara.
Amara will kind of start, but then stop. But then we'll slow her steps a little bit, so that way she's bringing up the rear. So she's in between folks and whoever's pursuing them, presumably.
Are you
I'd
going
like to. I'd like to spend the rest of. I had 2 more points for stunt points. I'd like to spend that on assist, and I'd like to give 2 points, 2 of my stunt points to the next person to perform an action.
Ooh.
All right. Well, this definitely begs the question: are you going to continue on to your hotel?
Oh, that's a good point.
What if we went to the fish warehouse?
It's a good place. That's a good idea, because if we get attacked, we have a place to hide bodies.
Yeah, let's head towards the warehouse.
I've realized now it's a boat warehouse, but in my brain it turned into a fish warehouse.
Fish
and
warehouse. No,
That's
I
a-
It was a
understand.
it was a trading warehouse, wasn't it?
There's a shipping hub.
Shipping company.
So you make your way there, and going back to your rooms, or one of the rooms there within.
Maybe
Yes.
going into the large area where the common area.
And hide.
Big warehouse.
Yeah, trying to lure them in.
All right.
I'm
I think
gonna
it look-
cast block armor on myself just because. Why not?
I think Leon's going to pull a chair out kind of into the middle of the space, sit down, and wait.
Yeah, Danny's gonna kind of stay kind of close to the door, hidden, so that way if they do approach Leon, she could potentially get backstabbed from behind.
Amara will ask Leon, Leon, do you need me close?
Is that a trick question?
I suppose. And Amara will take up position
Dear-
behind.
Dear, you move fast enough. Stay in the shadows. Strike when you need to.
So whatever side like of the room Danny's on, Amara will go to the opposite side. So like we're both like kind of covering either wing.
Well, will we have time to kind of help Ilian hide?
Absolutely. I
Hey
mean,
To the
now!
appropriate stack of crates that has a gap that Ilian can see through.
I have 40 HP and rock armor. I'm fine.
Oh, but baby, you have your talents as I have mine, and hiding is not one of yours.
I'll let them hide me, I guess.
Y'all, Alien is hard.
how long are you
It's
willing
not
to
hard.
wait for somebody to come into the warehouse?
Amara's
I
waiting
know.
on Leon's cue.
Yeah, I'm pretty patient.
Yep.
It's
Leon is,
Leon's cue.
Leon is also being patient.
All right.
And I'm
And-
hoping that the
after-
Ravani at least throws something through the window when they get close.
After a short period of time, Leon pretends to nod off in the chair. Like he slumps, his head slumps forward a bit, the hands folded in front of him.
Okay. The night goes, the parties begin to die down after a couple hours. The music fades into the background and then is not heard at all. The crowds have dispersed fully, and any sound of revelry at this point is just the sound of the inebriated stumbling their ways home. It's kind of the night has turned dark, and so it's somber. But after a few hours, a figure, alone, strides into the warehouse. Danny, you recognize one of your friends from the ships. Actually, you recognize the gentleman you met on the ship.
I'm still not going to show myself just yet.
Leon, you are still sitting there?
You know, Leon is still pretending to be asleep. What does this person do?
They walk up about 10 feet from you and stop. Just, in the middle of the area opposite you, looking around, not hiding themselves, holding out their hands a little bit.
Can I make a deception roll
Absolutely.
to try to continue to feign sleep?
Yep. Go ahead and go for the communication deception on that.
All right, so that gives me 5. I have 13 with 2 2s, so I have a double 2. I have 1 on the stunt die as well. 2 points. I'm going to use insight, I think,
Okay.
as an exploration stunt. When performing an action that logically proceeds from this one, you gain a plus 1 bonus to the test.
All right. Everyone else, go ahead and let's get those hide rolls in.
Excellent. So would that what would you like for that roll?
All right. So it's going to be a stealth-based roll, which is dexterity.
And there is a plus 2 for anybody who needs it, with the assist that Leon offered earlier.
I got a 15.
We'll take that plus 2 happily, making mine a 13.
21.
There we go.
Lou, he does not pick up on you, but he actually has quite impressive perception.
I have 3 stunt points too, should I need them.
Yep. Do you want to use them for anything?
Let me take a peek at our rogue ones.
Absolutely.
I was doing a really good job, but I do have visible magic on me, so that probably...
There's like a glow coming from behind these crates.
I think I snootily described it as like the inside of a crystal. So yeah, it's not exactly subtle.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Amara's like just standing behind a post, and you just see her shoulders.
Yeah, I think
Oh.
you said the rock armor looks like the inside of a geode, if I remember
Yeah,
that.
no, I
Yeah.
did. It's not subtle.
Sparkly.
No.
I'm going to use Read in the Wind just in case, which lets me add my dex rating to my armor rating until my next turn. Just in case.
Nice. And he begins to walk a little bit closer, and stops right at, in front of your legs, and he reaches out and lightly tries to tap you on your boots. Just kicking at your boot a little bit lightly, Michael.
And if I recall, just to be clear, Leon has had no interactions with this gentleman before, correct?
That is correct.
Oh no.
Hey,
And Leon will just say under his breath, "Do you like them?"
they're quite lovely, but not exactly why I'm here tonight.
Why would you be here tonight?
Look,
Pray tell.
I'm looking for someone you may know as Luvia. Asked us to keep an eye on all of you.
I may be familiar with Luvia. And then, after saying the name, Leon clears his throat a bit loudly into the air.
Now I'll move behind the guy so that he's between me, Leon, and Amara is near Leon, so he's between all of us. What is it we can do for you this evening?
Well, I want to inform you your friends have disappeared for the most part. But not before eliminating one of mine.
Sorry to hear that. Do you know who they were?
They wore silver masks, symbols of feathers on them.
Clicky fan.
I'm sorry.
If I had to... If I were a betting man, and of course I am, are you in fact perhaps dealing with any crows recently?
We are.
More than likely they were from that group, or at least somebody.
John, can I make a cultural lore check?
Mm-hmm.
The silver masks are familiar.
Yep. So, yeah, cultural cunning.
Yep. So 3 plus 2 for the focus, that's 5. And 12 total.
They are the mask that the Antivan crows tended to wear anytime they were in Orlais.
Okay. Well, it would sound as though the crows may not be helping anymore. Unless the crows believe that your friends, Danny, are not what they appear to be.
Amara says from behind, like sticks her head around the post, and she goes, "Well, we are working with two different factions of the crows. This could be the enemy faction of the crows."
Correct.
True.
Could
Very
be.
true.
Well, as near as we could tell, they've been following you ever since you left that office. But we ended up in a bit of a scuffle up above. Unfortunately, that means that we're going to have to hide a little bit better. Because if they see us, they're going to know you're nearby.
Fair. Fair. Like we said, we don't know if these crows are friend or foe.
Ilium calls from their spot where they were very sternly told to hide. Are we done hiding now?
Yes, I would think so. Besides, I made all of you when I came in here, except for Livia. And he says that when he says your name, he does kind of like cock an eyebrow a bit, like, is that what I'm supposed to call you around them?
They know my name.
That'll simplify things. Oh,
Did you not catch me calling her Danny?
yeah, that's a good point. It's been a long night.
One of my friends died. Like,
These things happen, you know. What's the name?
yeah.
Yeah, so, did you get anything off the crow that died?
Nothing too unusual. We have a body. They're a legion, at least that's what they appear to be. Standard accoutrement of anything you'd find here.
How are their teeth?
I'll do a point. I don't know. Honestly, I didn't take that good a look at it.
They were filed to a point?
No, I am
I believe
joking.
he was being sarcastic.
Oh. Well, can you check the teeth, please? Or I can check the teeth.
We can check the teeth. It wasn't exactly high on our list at the time. Why? Are
Well,
you trying to
chicken.
see where they're...
Because some of these crows have a tooth in their mouth that's filled with something that allows them to take their own lives. Sorry, it took me a minute to catch up with what Ilium was saying. And the ones that do that are not good.
So far, the only ones that we are aware of that have the false tooth with the poison work for the Cirrus, so I thought that we could eliminate where they came from.
That's good to know. Okay, yeah. If there is a false tooth, do you mind if we use it to recoup some of our losses.
Yeah. You can have the tooth. I just would like to know.
Yes.
You can keep the tooth.
Also,
And what's inside it?
that's what I was more interested in anyways. Antivan poison is something that sells extremely well. Sometimes just
We
the
don't
people
know if
around
this
here that
poison
want
is
to...
Antivan.
Oh, really?
Well, we, as of yet, none of us know where the Cirrus hails from.
And to be fair, every time we've seen the poison, someone has died from it, so we haven't had a chance to really become acquainted with it.
Do you want notes on what it does? I've written it down. I feel like Ilian would have. Frankie has not.
Ilian pulling out sheets of parchment.
Yeah,
I believe, if I recall, it was the foaming at the mouth, and then it was basically like acidic. It started to eat away.
yeah. Ilian like takes the note and like recopies it on a different sheet, rips the sheet off, and passes it over.
Believe it or not, around here, probably the best price we're going to get from it, for it is if it's a collector's item of sorts. Be surprised what the wealthy are willing to pay to put in a glass case.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
If you do find out if it does additional things, if you could let me know so I can add it to my notes.
Certainly.
Appreciate it.
We'll take a look into that. But I did want to let you know that it's safe for you to go back to your hotel and out of this place. And just let you know that I'm having to revise our agreement just a bit. We won't be able to watch you from the rooftops as much. I'm going to be having my people follow you on streets. And probably from a bit more of a distance.
Fine.
Alright. Well, evening.
Night, night.
Ha!
And turns around and walks back out the entrance of the warehouse. The moment that they're in the shadows, you don't see them at all.
Shall we?
We shall.
While we're walking, Ilian leans to Amara and says, I thought we hid very well.
I mean, right? I thought we did a relatively good job.
You and Lou put boxes around me.
I did see a little bit of the glow. I just didn't want to tell you.
I can't help it.
Dear, I understand you want the look of the crystals, but
I don't...
certainly.
This isn't a... Oh, sorry. This is not a choice. This is just what it does.
Oh, aesthetically, you can't choose what kind of rock you
No,
look like.
it's like the magic fills like the spaces provided by your own aura, and then it's a whole process. So I could, but it would take vastly more energy to make it look like something else.
So your aura is long and pointy.
Depends on my mood.
What mood are you in now?
I don't know. Sleepy.
I would suggest long and pointy.
It's not pointy, it's sparkly. What do you think I look like a stalactite?
No, but the structure of the crystals is, jutting out of you.
I think we're picturing different things. Vastly different things, but I do love the idea that you think
Artistic
Ilian-
interpretation, my dear. Let's go.
Well, the streets are cloaked in shadow, and it is even more quiet now. As you return to the inn where you've been staying, upon arrival, now you had decided to stay at a very nice one.
Yes.
The doors are barred, but they there is a night watchman who with a rap allows your group back in.
Good.
Thank you. Parties, And
He nods. He's like, "That's why I get hired for the week at this point. Only guests are allowed to stay here, if you understand."
absolutely.
Oh, Understood completely. So few spaces, so many things to fill them with.
I'm gonna tip this poor guy.
Yeah.
I was just gonna do the same. We both tip him from different ends. Like, I'm so sorry.
So sorry.
Okay, so we need to let our crows, the non the crows without teeth,
The toothless crows.
the toothless crows. We need to let the toothless crows know that we found their guy. We learned some things. So Amara's gonna take like a piece of paper and a parchment. Sorry. And write, would love to chat over tea about our last conversation, and sign it
As per our last meeting.
yeah, as per our last meeting, sign it with all of our names, and a smiley face, and
Ari, our last meeting.
our last meeting, gonna CC everyone on this. And if there's like an errand boy or something around, I mean, it's the middle of the night, so maybe we'll just wait for the morning to send this.
Also, we can't just be like, find a crow.
Well, we have her name, Marie Balinese. Her alias, I should say.
And her name
TBA.
has been used in some of the documents that you have found, or that you ran into. So it is a family here in Orlais, in Valroyo.
While Amara's filling out the note to send, I'm gonna go check our quarters, our suite, to see if anyone's left us a message. He says nobody comes in, but
There are other ways.
there are other ways.
There is a message on, imagining your room. You did ask for like suites and a main area. On the balcony of the main area, there is an envelope. And the envelope simply reads, "You were right," and this about the tooth.
Ah,
Those were bad guy crows.
crows with
Those
teeth.
are tooth crows.
Those were tooth crows
Tooth crows.
instead
no
of
tooth.
toothless crows. Meanwhile, there's a crow sitting somewhere in the city in a tree, and it's now looking in the mirror going, "Carl?"
So, are you going to be waiting till dawn to reach out to Marie?
I mean,
Yeah, sleep.
yeah, we gotta sleep, and I don't think there'll be any errand boys for us to tap until the morning.
All right. Well then, in the morning, the opportunity is there. The sound is already coming to life. Workers have already begun to set up in the streets. People are beginning to mill about. And you send your message on. Is there anything specific besides what it was that was intimated? Is there anything else you are going to be sending in that message?
Maybe a place to meet.
Keep
No.
it vague.
Then
Give them a place, we get ambushed. You give too much detail, they get ambushed. Keep it vague as possible.
How do
yeah,
we meet
hopefully
them?
they'll be able to find us.
They will. They found us before.
Yep.
Well, are you going to be staying in the hotel then, for the moment?
Leon is, when the group wakes up, Leon's been pacing. Probably slept very little.
You alright there, Leon?
Yes, we just have things to do.
All of this stinks. The whole lot of it stinks.
This entire town is a cesspool.
Facts. Absolute facts. You know the one thing that none of us have talked about yet that we should? Or somebody should? What happens if Orlais is destabilized?
Chaos? More warfare? Or death?
Tevinter.
Destruction?
Orlais is the only thing that keeps Tevinter out of this area and for Elton. The Navarans aren't enough. So, the Empress Celine, we don't think she was actually murdered, but she's just gone. And now they're starting to fight over power. The last thing you want to do is wake up and Orlais is, as Leon says, a cesspit to me. But it is an important cesspit.
I
The
mean,
Cirrus?
there are nice, like, fountains and statues. So there are some nice
Minus
things.
one.
Minus one.
Minus one. Except the entrance ones. Don't stand in front of those. You know that Ilian specifically addresses Mara. People make a joke and pee on them. Don't stand in front of them.
Noted.
I don't know, I don't like any of this. This Cirrus is reaching hard. She could very well be Tevinter. And that spells trouble for everyone.
I just don't know what the Cirrus wants with these people that are disappearing from this Klaus fellow. What is the Cirrus doing with these people?
I mean, Amara.
Well,
Blood magic?
We have no idea what is happening to the people. They're disappearing.
Right, we're just guessing.
The people that are being taken by the Cirrus, I feel like those are different than the ones that have disappeared. The people that are being taken by the Cirrus, given the items we have found on some of the crows, it's not a leap to think that they're being used for blood magic. I think those are different than the people that have disappeared as a result of, and I kind of gesture towards my board of insanity. It's got a lot of physics on it.
And again, to me, it stands to reason that this woman could be from Tevinter. They use blood magic without a second thought.
It is more likely for it to be a Tevinter mage than a circle mage. They monitor things very closely. It would be difficult to practice it with any regularity here. No, never possible.
I wonder, how does blood magic connect to all of this? And she gestures towards the big Bordeaux red strain. Is the blood magic hastening it? Is it...
No, it wouldn't be hastening it, but I wonder.
Is it giving her more power?
I wonder if it was used in the initial event. And Ilian's just gonna kind of like mutter and stare at it there, take notes and jot things down.
So, in my in my history, the person who pointed me towards the Orlesian bard that's been giving me information is vaguely described as Leliana. So I have seen her face, but that was prior to the Empress gone missing. So it stands to reason, now Danny just starts talking out of the blue, it stands to reason that if I saw her, and I'm being told that Cassandra's missing, that certain people close to either the Empress or the Divine have disappeared. In this, whatever we're calling it. In the split.
Ooh, I like the split. That's
I mean, I don't know that the Nightingale has disappeared. It's not like I could find her if I wanted to, but I do know somebody that probably could. We're just presuming now.
We need more information to see if there's a pattern in the people that disappeared, or if there was a blast radius, or because it's
That's
not
something.
just known people.
That's something I can actually task Elise to get me information on from her network.
What
I
I'm
say
hearing, what I'm hearing, is that it's likely that my sister was used for blood magic. She is no one of consequence. She wouldn't have. There'd been no reason to take her otherwise. So her
thought
disappearance
your-
is likely. And then Leon's voice kind of trails off.
Leon, I thought your sister disappeared the same night as the Empress, yes?
Yes, but if some of the disappearances are not related, what's to say it couldn't have been two different things on the same night?
It's possible, but
I will say this, just tossing it out there, as you're placing these pieces together, that the Val Royeaux, as soon as the fires broke out in the capital, as this strange fire that was described as being almost instantaneous, the city was shut down. It took weeks for information to flow in and out of it. In the meantime, it was chaos. It's hard to piece together all the information. And so in that space, anything could have happened.
The weird thing is that night, Leon, you and I know that fountain was there, and now we know it's gone. But the gentleman I met at the river when you all went in to drink, and I stayed with the barge, not only did his family go missing, but so did his home. So it's just certain things that night, we don't know what happened to them. We don't know that they're alive or dead. They're just gone.
if your sister was taken by this man,
They'll
there
have a
will
record.
there'll be a record. And if not, then he will know of others like him that do this in the city. And so we can... I do not have words of comfort, but we can find an answer.
If he took her, Leon, we'll find her. Or we'll find out what happened to her.
I am long since past hoping that she is still alive. But if we can find out what happened, perhaps it might provide my mother some comfort.
Do you have family in Val Royeaux still?
Leon hesitates for a moment. Yes. My mother is being seen to, after losing her mind with grief. I have been sending stipends back to the city to handle her care, but it is not advisable for me to see her, and she will digress. She will get worse.
Do you want one of us to stop by?
No, it's best that she doesn't know I'm in town.
Alright.
Would you like me to see if there's someone in Elise's network that could look in for your mother from time to time?
She is well cared for, and if I stay away, she no longer uses the family name. There are no connections.
I'm so sorry.
The Huberts have been gone long enough. No one should be looking for her, but from safety's sake, I stay away. It's again, it is all right. I have long since passed given up on finding out exactly what happened. But it seems as though we may be close to some kind of answers. And some answers are better than none.
There is a knock at the door.
Amara goes to the door. Are there any peepholes on the doors?
Chaos
Or
roll.
Legion peepholes.
You know, I should say absolutely, and thankfully I did roll. A little bit of chaos. Double check it, and yeah, there is a peephole on the door.
I'll look through the peephole.
You see
I'm gonna
Marie's hand servant that had attended before, and saw y'all out.
I open the door and gesture them in.
They curtsy and enter.
We've discovered quite a few things since we last talked.
Indeed. And the handmaiden begins to take off her gloves. And removes her mask, much less ornate than Marie's previously, but once she does, without a doubt, it is Marie.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Pardon the deception. Figured this might be the best way to move about town right now. There
Yes,
are eyes everywhere. You stirred up quite a hornet's nest last night, it appears.
I have no idea what you're referring to. We behaved well.
I'm happy to hear that, but at the same time, I'm very curious then. Honestly, what has happened?
Well, the guy who had us investigate, you didn't tell us why you wanted him investigated, but he's a slaver. He trades in human flesh. He takes elves from the alienage, falsifies documents, and ships them off to who knows where, to false patrons, and they're never heard from again.
We also technically agreed to buy some people, but we're not going to do that, obviously. But we did get confirmation that they're working with the Cirrus.
That's primarily the reason I wanted to look into them, and quite frankly, I didn't want to give you too many details so that you would be able to judge and find out on your own. Quite frankly, I find that giving people every last detail, it often causes a bias, and I would rather be certain. And you know without a doubt that they are working in league with Cirrus?
I mean, we have it, yes.
That explains some of what's going on. It looks like they're planning on moving quite a bit. You must have... Something happened that has them spooked.
Are you familiar with the Forneray family?
Forneray. It is a familiar name.
The person you asked us to look into is not who he seems to be.
Oh?
Reach out to the other crows. Maybe someone will know the name Gerard Forneray.
I'll look into it. Are you saying that is who Klaus is?
I am certain of it. And I hope you do not have a need for Gerard or Klaus for very long.
No, in fact, might just be the thing we need. Are you intending to deal with them?
That is a term you could use. Yes.
Well, they're getting ready to leave the city.
Do you think?
Could you arrange for a delay?
What do you mean?
How are they leaving the city?
By wagon, I know that much.
Wagon's wheels can be loosened.
They can, but right now you are... What exactly are you wanting to do? Enough games.
I am going to kill him.
Yeah.
And we're gonna frame the seeker that killed my mother.
All right. Not exactly a part of anything I want to be part of. But if you...
That's too fucking bad.
Look, whatever you want to do on your own is fine. You want to implicate a seeker? Feel free. I'm just saying I don't want any part in that.
Well, are you aware that some of the seekers may be working for the Seraph?
How would that even be possible?
It's not like they're going to the moon. A human helping a bad person. That seems very, very possible.
Well, I had the occasion to drop in on the Lord Seeker himself.
Wait, do we know that?
Yes, she did tell you all that.
Oh,
When she came back, she did tell you. And he tells me that the Empress, which this is horseshit, was planning to have my mother killed. Makes no sense. There's no political favor in it for the Empress. None. But that's neither here nor there. The fact that they've switched to moving about as you and I do.
Okay, the shadows are getting rather crowded.
Yeah. And that's not their purpose. Their purpose is to oversee the Templars.
And, yes, deal with any threats even larger.
And that's not what they're doing.
So you intend to implicate them very well.
Not them, just one.
Oh, just
Which could... And that name was given to me by the Lord Seeker himself.
interesting. Plays a very dangerous game then. Well, again, I wish you the best of luck with that. What are you going to do about Klaus?
I think we just mentioned that.
Yes, you're going to-
believe I was very clear.
You're going to kill him. You're just going to walk in his office and shove a dagger in his gut. Is that it?
His office, the wagon, perhaps a room that he may be staying in at some point in the near future. Perhaps while he's making his morning water. I don't care when. I just know how.
If you're going to kill him, at least do me one favor. And find...
Oh, I thought you wanted no part of this.
I want no part of killing a seeker or implicating a seeker. I just want... I've told you what I want. I want the Antivan Crows running the way they used to and not under the thumb of this Cirrus. I want this civil war that is happening in the shadows to come to an end.
So it seems like we want a lot of similar things. Ilian steps between. If we are not asking your assistance in implicating the Seeker, although I don't know if we should trust the name the Lord Seeker gave us. But would it be possible for you to facilitate a way for us to more easily get to this man?
To Klaus or
Yes.
Gerald Fornere? Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Not
that's-
asking. That would be very helpful.
That's what we were asking you for. That's what Leon was asking you for. We don't need your blades.
Very well. What I would ask is find out the next piece of the puzzle. Who's Gerard's go-between?
Not a problem.
Or at least
Also,
point us
we're-
to the next city where he might be. Because he's loading up a wagon to go someplace.
Why don't you try the trail to Venter?
I don't want to imagine that's a possibility, but
Okay, I'm not being funny, but you are an Antibon Crow.
yes.
You have your nose stuck so far in politics that it's untrue. Yes?
Yes.
Did we... The Empress just disappeared or was murdered. Who keeps Tevinter out of the Heartlands?
That I do not know. Right now, I don't know what's keeping anybody from invading Orlais.
That's the point. And with everything pointing towards blood magic and Tevinter's habit of experimenting with magics that we wouldn't touch in the south, not even us in Vervain.
So, we're going to try to stop the world from ending. On it. First, we have to kill this guy. Where do you think the best time to strike would be? With what you know of his movements. How can you get us close to him?
Find... There are multiple exits out of the city.
Right?
Exits people don't want to know. Usually in nobles' homes along the outskirt edge or properties that they own of the wall.
I'm familiar.
I can definitely... I'm fairly... No, I'm very certain. And they think for a moment. I'm very certain I know which home they're going to be going to.
Excellent.
And I can also tell you the wagon is empty.
Right.
So
Can you
I'm
get
not
us
certain if the wagon is going to be obtaining whatever it is that they're going to be getting before leaving, or if it's just going to be something else the entire time. But it looks like they're preparing to leave likely tonight.
Can you
getting
get us
it-
into the...
Maybe? I can definitely give you the location,
Can you give me the family name?
without doubt. And begins pulling through and opening up.
Sorry, John.
No. This is actually very important. Go ahead and I want you, everyone can go ahead and make, wrong file. You can all make essentially the equivalent of a sense motive roll on this.
Perception, empathy.
Perception empathy. Oh,
All right.
yes.
Oh,
God damn it. Did somebody roll well?
19.
I got 3 stunt points, but that is a total of a 9.
I got
got
I got 14. So Danny, Rev definitely.
I rolled an 18. Now, if anybody else wants to use that reroll, they can.
Well, if Rev got it at
Yeah.
a 19, I got a 7, so I'm doing great.
Yeah.
Just roll like garbage, man.
Danny is watching the way this person is acting, and it's like a little bit of the facade is falling. And this person isn't behaving like someone who is in command of great swaths of spies.
Danny's gonna sit on the table, you know, like facing her. You know, I have occasion to work with Orlesian bards. A very talented Orlesian bard.
She looks up at you. And
And the one thing the little bird would never do is squirm as much as you're squirming right now.
Can I stand behind Danny and do intimidation?
absolutely.
I have a new focus in intimidation. So I want to
Ooh.
I want to be like, yeah, yeah. But like not like that, but like in a cool, yeah.
God
I know
gosh darn it. I know there are GMs out there that say, no, just fake the rolls. No, you don't need to tell the players what you roll. If I roll a 7, I'm going to tell my players I rolled a 7. Sorry.
Yeah, I rolled a 7 too. We did great.
I got a 5 plus 7 is 12 plus 6 is I got an 18 intimidation.
And as she balks over there, Danny's just gonna keep talking. You are all but trying to find the fastest way out of this room. You would make an Orlesian bard piss themselves laughing, and you want me to believe that you are an Antiban crow who commands swaths of spies. You're a fraud.
I am a crow.
You might be a crow, but I don't think you're the crow you're saying you are. And funny, you sent us an agent with a new assignment, but you still haven't paid us.
If you want your payment, I will get it to you.
That's what the other one said, and here you are today, and I still haven't been paid. Do you know how dangerous it is to not pay a Ravani pirate?
I have never steered you wrong in this yet. I haven't had the opportunity to. But at least
Then why are you so damn scared?
because I'm just about all there is.
So you're a spy network of one?
I'm a spy network of whatever I can get together. And I'm doing pretty damn well for myself, if I can say so.
Okay, well, you need to organize your shit. Because what's going to happen is it's going to cost you your life. You want to see the crows free? You need to organize yourself. And you also need to pay the people you say you're going to pay. Now, we are understanding because you gave us a stipend of gold, but someone else, if I was in command of my own ship, you'd be swinging by the keel by now, swimming underwater. Glub, 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 bye-bye, Marie. You're lucky I'm not that person. And I suggest you learn from an Norwegian bard or two.
So if you could give me that name, that would be great.
Because
Oh,
otherwise, Master Hubert and I can get our own selves into the house.
I
I
would
have
still like
lockpicks.
to know the name.
So do tell me again, Marie, how are we helping you, and how exactly are you helping us? Before Amara throws you out the front door.
She did get our assignments so that we could.
I mean, we are very aware that you are good at what you do. Please do not mask if the situation is dire. Don't want to walk into anything blind. is, I believe, what Lou was trying to communicate very scarily. Honestly, that was terrible.
You walked in that door knowing you owed us money. There's 4 of us and 1 of you.
Let's.
You could have put yourself into a position that would have gotten you killed. If you really want the crows to be free, you should never be seen. If the
put my
Cirrus
hand-
finds you, it's over.
I put my hand on Danny's shoulder as like a. Okay.
She's trying to help her.
Oh no, I know. Just like Amara's like trying to be like, okay, let's dial the temperature down.
Distract her with smooches, Amara.
Too serious for that.
This. On this note, please. You are not the first person who has threatened.
I'm not threatening you. I'm trying to help you.
Then find a better diplomacy. I have not steered you wrong yet. And how I operate my business, I will take into consideration what you have said. But I am not informidable. Allow me to say this. I will have your payment as soon as possible, before the hour is out. And the family's name is... And she looks at her notes again.
The note I'm sitting on, I have to lift my butt up so she can hold notes.
The DeCarrick family.
And would I know them?
You can give me a knowledge check on that.
Oh, yay. And that would be... Cunning?
No, knowledge should be...
Knowledge.
Oh, sorry, lore. Cunning, yes.
Son of a bitch! Can I use the reroll?
Yeah.
Come on. I'm gonna use a different set of dice. Those dice are dumb.
And your focus adds 2.
Oh, I have a focus.
Mhm.
Oh wait, I have a talent in lore, not a focus.
Ah,
So I got a big impressive 14.
they are a family that were here in Orlais, overspent themselves probably a couple decades ago, and found themselves shipped off to parts unknown to work off their debt.
Ooh, would I know enough to be able to like get us in if I acted like one of them? Like their crest, the mask they would wear, that kind of shit.
Their home has stood abandoned.
Oh, cool.
better.
Almost a monument to reminder of do not
yes,
overstep
I see.
your do not overstep your bounds in Orlais, or this is what happens to you.
Then I will communicate that to everyone. That should make this much simpler. They did the dumbest thing you can do as an Orlesian noble, and they were obvious.
Now, is there anything else I can do for you for the moment?
Do your crows have teeth?
Do
A false tooth.
Yeah.
False tooth.
Yes. A false tooth with poison.
No.
Excellent. It
The-
stands.
The Cirrus's crows, ones that we've encountered, have killed themselves using a false tooth. We were hoping we could use that as a way to identify crows that might be more trustworthy versus crows. So, toothless crows and crows with teeth.
I
is-
understand.
Yeah. You're a toothless crow. Good job.
All I can think in my brain is, the Karate Kid TV series. What is it? Eagle Fang Dojo?
Oh, buddy, I don't have any knowledge on that. I'm so sorry.
You're missing out. Maybe not.
I-
It gets a little bit teen drama-esque at times in the, the what is it? CM channel, whatever it is, or CW channel. All the teen shows that ends up on that. It's got that kind of a vibe at times. But it's still a good show.
Oh, it's not as old as I thought it was. I apologize.
Oh, no worries.
It's 2018. I just wasn't paying attention.
That is it, Marie. Thank you for coming here to meet with us personally.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome. And she'll see herself out. Unless
Yeah,
anybody stops
sure.
her. All right. What is your plan at this point?
I think we should go and set up so we can surprise them.
We should wait at least an hour to get our payment. And then go. What time of day is it?
At this point, it is still technically morning. I mean, it's not noon yet.
So, and from what we gathered, the artist formerly known as Klaus will be leaving the city at night.
Yes.
So I wonder, depending on how much money we get, could we swing by a armor store?
Likely, yeah, absolutely.
Can you? I'm so sorry, Stevie. Can you call it that again? You mean an armory?
Oh yes, an armor.
What you call it? What you call it, babe? What you call it?
Armor store. You know, where the store that has armor.
Didn't she give us
If we could swing
1,100
by
gold the
the,
first time?
Yes.
If we could swing by the Val Royale version of Menards.
Yeah.
Great.
A quick Menards run. That would be more. Well, it's more of a sport because we need weapons. So maybe more of
The
a.
Dunhams.
What?
Oh my
Dick's?
goodness.
Dick's Sporting Goods,
see,
yeah.
Dick's exists
Dick's.
everywhere. For all our friends not from the north, I did not know what Menards was till I moved up here. Home Depot is Menards kind of esque, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Save big money. You save big money.
Yeah.
Amara, my dear,
When you shop Menards.
Yes.
have you been wanting to get new armor since we met with her the last time?
Yes. I'll be honest. I kind of forgot.
She paid us plenty.
Oh, excellent. Then we can just go now. Whatever would put us in the best. She looks down at her heavy leather armor and she's like, it might be better if I am more
Solid.
hardy."
Okay. If you do end up waiting, an additional payment of 1,100 arrives.
Woo! Yeah, we should wait for that.
1,100 each or 1,100 total?
1,100 total.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
I don't want to slow us down with a shopping montage. I'm gonna see if the rules are pretty straightforward. If they're not, we can just go straight forward.
However you want to work it, because if you just want
okay.
to go buy armor, I am willing to hand wave on that because they do pretty much in the video game as well. And quite frankly, we're not playing D&D 3rd edition, so that's the best way to put it. God, there was a time long ago when I was a DM and I played D&D 3rd edition, and I looked at the amount of money and the amount of time it would take to create a set of armor. It would be about 1.5 years.
Jesus Christ!
And nobody followed that rule. Nobody did that. So, anyway.
I think I think I'm not going to worry with getting new armor because I'm going to have to read up on some of it. I will trade out my medium shield for a heavy shield and get an additional +1 on my shield bonus.
You can get a set of armor if you want, babe.
No, there's also armor penalty, and I have to think about it because there are pluses and minuses, like the dexterity and speed. It's a whole
Well,
thing. I should have done it before this session. My apologies.
What time are you gonna cut us for break, John? Because if so, Stevie can look at that while we're on break.
I was going to let you decide on your strategy, honestly, unless we need to go ahead and take a break now. But decide on your strategy, and then once we knew where it was you wanted to ambush or how you wanted to do this, would decide other factors, like if we are going to open up alchemy or something like that. But if we want to break now, we can worry about that in a moment.
Well, we can also, if we break, we can also look in the book and see what it is that any extras that we might get, like grenades or flasks or whatever. A way for Leon to be shooting flaming arrows would be amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty fun already.
It's a shame we can't make both ends of his staff flaming.
Could be interesting. Well then, let's go ahead and we'll take a 10-minute break, and we will be back just in about 10 minutes. See y'all then, and go on then from there. See you, friends. And there we go. Sorry about the delay there a moment. Just taking care of a few last minute things on our end. But welcome back to Dragon Age. So, we were discussing whether or not to have a shopping montage. Yes.
Yeah.
But in the end, decided, hey, you know, what did we decide for Amara with the shopping?
I mean, she gets a new shield and some new armor. She like goes through the quick pickup line. She places an order ahead of time. Goes to the parking spot outside and grabs it. No, she pays a little extra money for the attendants at the shops to do their business quickly. So that way she can be armored up because we don't know what this dude is going to be arriving with. And then in short order making our way to this abandoned house is what I thought, right?
Yes. You want to scout the place.
Before we go to scout the place, like once we get within like a block, like 2 blocks of this abandoned house, Amara would grab Lou because I assume Lou is going to be involved in some level with the scouting. Mara's gonna grab Lou and says, "You'll be careful in there, right?"
As per the norm, as careful as I can be.
Amara reaches into her, like, shirt and brings out, like, a chantry medallion. And she says, "I know your beliefs are different than mine, but this belonged to my mother, and I thought maybe, you know, if you wanted some, you know, if sorry, if you wanted to, it could
She
maybe
backs
bring you some
up
luck."
and lifts her hair up, and she's like, "You gonna put it on me?"
Yeah, she does. She goes and she ties it on. It's a very simple pendant.
Oh, look, down this alley here. Come here.
What?
Come here.
What is it?
Look, come here.
Alien.
Wait till we get down the alley and then just start snogging.
Oh, okay. Because Amara definitely thought there was a threat down there.
I was gonna say, Alien turns to Leon and goes, I don't have a necklace for you. Is that okay?
That's all right. I'm fine. I have nothing for you either.
Oh,
Frankie just made me spit my drink.
well, as Leon says that Ilian is actually in the process of like have a little hanky with like an family embroidery on it, and they were like gonna hand it to Leon, and yeah, no, I mean I don't know anything.
Well, wait, what? Wait, what was
Like,
what was that?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
No, what was that?
He's going to give you a handkerchief for luck. If you don't want it, that's fine.
I didn't say I don't want it. I just said I didn't have anything for you.
And I hand him the handkerchief.
Give me the Yes, give me the. It's wonderful, and Leon ties it around his neck.
It's meant more as a,
Stylish.
that's fine. That's fine.
Style.
Redefining it
What's
every
going
day.
into the notes?
Dear, you don't hide a piece of fabric like this. You wear it.
Excellent point. I also just really like that. Like,
Wait,
they
it's not
ended up-
used, is it?
You don't use a nice handkerchief. You have it.
No, you use it and then you launder it.
No. That is far too nice. To just go in the hand. Someone.
Of course, you hand. There is no such. Everything is hand washed, isn't it?
I mean, you don't like. This doesn't go in. Like the woman doesn't take it and launder it in the creek. Like this.
Why
is
does it have to be a
special.
woman? I do my own. I wash my own things.
But Denny and Amara start to come back out, hear the squabbling, and go back in the alley a minute.
I do love that those two ended up making out and we end up yelling at each other. That feels on brand.
Look,
Feels
whoever washes this, it'll likely be me. I'm not going to use it for any of those other things. I will simply wear it on my neck, and again, I will gain the luck that you have given it. You can come out now.
Yeah, we were just checking. Threats.
have
You were
lipstick
checking.
on your neck.
You were checking for threats while we were kissing. You are talented.
I'll always be prepared.
I believe the phrase is always be kissing.
Amara is just blushing at this point. And she's like, let's scout this house. Let's
No. The two of you and Leon points to Amara and Ilian. You stay here, and we will scout the house. And then Leon looks over to Danny, but no kissing.
No kissing. Leon, I'm gonna say this in the presence of everyone. I do love you. Like a brother.
Oh no, yes, like a sister.
And then she's gonna put her arm through his and start to, hopefully Leon catches it, so they'll skip towards the house.
Ilian turns to Amara and says, "We don't have to talk about any of that, right?"
No.
Excellent.
Talk about
And then
Leon is wearing a very nice handkerchief though.
were you injured in the alleyway? There's a bruise on your neck. You really want to go here?
I was just mentioning.
I would also imagine that Amara looks like she's wearing lipstick as well, the same shade
Yes.
Danny wears.
I didn't know that you wore lipstick as well.
It's Valerio. I try to keep up with the trends.
I feel like the lipstick isn't quite
Quite-
on
no.
the lips.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, it's like off center.
It's the blood of my enemies. Don't worry about it.
All right. Well, for our two players skipping into the building, let's go ahead and get some perception searching rolls.
Oh, I'll do a searching roll. I now have a focus in that.
Yay!
I don't. Oh wow, I literally threw that D6 right off my desk.
16, and I have 4 stunt points.
Perfect. Okay, you are going to find several traps inside.
Ooh.
You could
I,
disarm those bitches.
I got 19 with 4 stunt points, or sorry, with 5 stunt points. But it sounds like Danny has this under control.
Leon, what say we put these at places where they might enter to ambush us so they step in their own traps? We just move them.
Oh, I believe a bottleneck is quite in order.
All right.
The family that slays together.
Lays together?
Slay.
I thought I misheard you. I
Lay.
apologize. No, yes, no, yes. Slays together, yes. The church looks very poorly upon the other.
God, awesome.
Somebody should tell that to the Navaran.
Why? They'd never listen?
Oh, now. I know this isn't a political game, guys. You're slamming Navarans now.
All right. If y'all are going to hide the traps, that is going to be. Let me see here. I believe it's a. Yeah, technically a dexterity check to place the
Oh.
traps in such a way in which they maximize their usefulness.
That's 1, 2. That is 3 6s. So that will be
Nice. I'm gonna
Nice, that's
defer
all.
that to Leon.
18. I got 6 stunt points to spend.
Jesus Christ.
21 total.
Okay.
Yeah, and I got a 15, so no, we'll defer that to Leon definitely.
All right. Just so that we can, when this comes up, go ahead and somebody write down 2d6 damage with a TN 13 acrobatics check. And that
What's
will, because they're not going to be able to spot them. It's going to go off. It will get a few people.
Now we just have to keep Ilian out of them.
Exactly.
Well, you generally tend to be at the edge, so we don't want you to maneuver into one. that's
If
all.
we dress the
Not
traps
there.
up like poor people, he will avoid them entirely.
We dress them up like my poor dear Amara, he'll just berate them.
All right. Now, are y'all going to try and set them in the buildings or outside of the buildings? Where are you trying to set the traps?
Should we put... It depends on how many there are. Could we split them, some inside, some outside? Or what do you think, Michael?
I believe that once they trigger a trap, it will be that's going to be the they'll start looking for them, right? So either we lay them in a way that they are all going to go off close to simultaneously, or we spread them out and try and just try and catch them piecemeal.
Sorry, John. I have a DM question.
Yes.
Is there a way to tell if they're going to even come inside the house? Like,
That
is
actually I was going to
implied?
be bringing up. Michael, what was your perception check again? You said 19, or was it higher?
On the initial search, mine was 19.
And then what was yours, Rev?
16, I think.
Okay. Making sure I had it written down right. So, Michael, part of this search, at the level that you got at, because the thing is these are people of stealth, hiding in the shadows and other things. You know that they usually don't want to leave tracks or traces. And so it becomes a matter of, as you're searching around, it's not unusual to see dust everywhere. Because ultimately, even you don't want to disturb the dust. but it becomes obvious to you that they aren't really even going into the house. Like, the trapping inside the house is a bit overboard, and you see tracks and traces of wagons and feet outside. There is a courtyard of one of the buildings that makes up this estate, and tracks seem to almost spring to life at one point, which, you know, could be age, could be anything. But that's the best way I can describe it at this point.
So with that check, Leon is getting the impression that the courtyard may be our best bet
Yes.
for trapping.
Now, give me a moment here, because I will take care of a few things on my end really quick. So,
Hey, it's a map.
one moment. You don't see any of this.
There's no map. The map was a lie. Just like
Map
the game.
is a lie. And so, if you go over, players, you should now be able to go over to the map, and you will see a courtyard and a gate. And that is the best way to look at the layout of this location.
Is the gate that Ilian is by right now, is that the entrance, like, to the street?
No. That is... It appears to go towards the wall. It is a portcullis going towards the Great Wall.
Gotcha. So people are going to be entering from the side where, like, Luvia and Leon are.
Yes.
Okay.
Or at least that's the way it is set up to be.
Okay.
All these buildings make up the estate.
Fancy.
So, and I'll be bringing it over to our viewers here in a moment, once it comes time, because then they'll see what I see, which is going to be quite different from what you see.
Oh, excellent.
Oh, no.
I love that.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
What? But... Are you Trixie?
Yes.
Hey, Papa,
Hey, it's a cat.
Papa, buddy.
All right. So looking at it, where do you think? Where are y'all thinking about placing the traps?
One at each street entrance? You don't know
Well-
what direction they're coming from?
We also want to keep them from fleeing.
All right. Now, so looking at the map and using standard cardinal rows, the western gate is where a wagon would be entering from the rest of the city.
Right here?
Yes. The north and south are going to be access to the rest of the estate. And
And John, can we tell what kind of traps these are?
yes, acid splash.
Wonderful. So, if we lay them in the path of the wagon, that should take care of the wheels, or at least one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And if we were trying to prevent escape, then perhaps how many traps do we have?
Currently, you have 4 traps.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah, perhaps one or two in the wagon, to the west, in the western passages, either in the passage or in the courtyard proper, like as they come into the courtyard. What do you think, Lou?
Yeah,
What do you think,
I think
Rev?
that's a good idea. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and bring the map over to our viewers.
I'm very good at drawing from life.
And as always, this is Alchemy for everyone who is out there in Chatland.
Thank you for your patience, Chatland.
Yo,
So-
rock.
As finally, night begins. The evening comes and night begins to fall.
I dodge it.
Eh,
We'll go ahead and take us.
I
over
love
to
how
that.
John ignored the shit out of that.
I have a talent. Not too many of them, but I have a talent.
Funny.
All right. Finally, the evening descends, followed by nighttime as the city again goes through its standard, the festivities, people clearing from the streets, and then the party's moving mainly inside. You are watching over this courtyard, waiting. And as darkness takes hold of the city finally, and after many scares, because there's the sounds of approach and things leaving, one set of wagon wheels finally, sounds of horses coming this way. They pull into the estate proper, exiting out of the streets. A large set of gates closing behind them now, being there with you. And they are coming down that path from the west. So from down here, they begin to approach. And the wagon, as it enters into the courtyard, hits those acid traps. So there are going to be shrieks and screams as the acid goes off from the riders and the drivers. First, I need to roll for people on board. Let's see. And what was the TN I gave y'all?
13.
13.
13.
Acrobatics.
All right.
Yep.
First person fails.
Yeah.
but they
Sorry,
suck.
you mean to go on.
And the second person passes the initial roll, but will take some damage. Oof. All right, let me write that down. So that is going to be... They take 9 points of damage from the acid
Hell yeah.
because of the splash from both of them acting simultaneously. The wagon begins to melt at its sides. And so one of them is still standing.
It just the two people on a wagon.
Yes. And so the wagon halts there at the front, and I will go ahead and bring over a person. We'll go and say at... Sorry, one moment. It's a downside to this really quick. They will be right there in the entryway of the the entrance. So actually I guess they'd be a little bit further in because of the placement of the traps. So right now where those traps are, consider that to be the remains of the wagon.
Okay. So we don't recognize any of the people who are on the wagon, like they're none of the people, like how do we recognize them?
You do not recognize this individual.
We don't. Amara
There's
doesn't
only
want
two.
to murder people.
We roll initiative.
I'm giving you this opportunity. You all have surprise. Are y'all going to wait?
Oh no, Leon's gonna plug this dude.
All right. So, Leon, you're going to need to make your attack.
Let's now if you can clarify, John, what do I need for like a called shot to the knee?
For a called shot, that is. Let me pull that up because that is a really good question.
I'm curious if that would maybe be stunt points.
Technically, it probably is, but let's see. I'm gonna actually search directly for that. So, called shop.
Huh.
So, up.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Interesting.
Let's
Yes.
see if I get the hit, and then we'll go from there.
All right.
Two. All right, so I get to add 5. Well, I'll take that. 17,
17 will hit.
and that's a 4 on the stunt die, or I doubles with 4 on the stunt die.
All right.
So let's look at the stunts. Stunts.
My stunts. My lovely little stunts. Check it out. My stunts.
Ooh,
We do have one chat SP if you want to use that lethal blow.
we do.
Mhm.
I don't want to use lethal blow. I want to use cruel strike.
Ooh.
Nice.
Reading that off really quick.
Your blow inflicts an awful demoralizing injury. You leave a visually prominent wound on the target. Your opponent must succeeded a willpower test opposed by your successful attack roll, or gain one of the following conditions chosen by the DM or GM: confused, frightened, or defenseless. That condition remains for the rest of the encounter or until they regain health, whichever comes first.
All right. And
Shoot him in the wiener.
he is going to be confused. Obviously, the attack that is happening and everything else. And let me go ahead and that was in the new book, correct?
Yeah, that's in second edition.
Love
Fantasy
it.
Age second edition.
That was a combat one.
Mhm.
Nice.
It's a rogue one.
Oh,
It's a rogue stunt.
Oh. It's like I'm looking at rogue. I don't see it. I'm like, there we go.
There was.
Yep. All right. So what is opposed by your successful attack roll for their willpower? But I can already tell that they're not with their willpower. They were not going to get that. No.
Yeah.
Because you rolled a 17, correct? Higher.
Yes, that's correct.
All right. Yeah, they got. They actually did not do bad, but even rolling a 5, even with what they rolled, they got a 15.
And I got it was 8 damage from the arrow.
Oof. All right. Let me pull up that sheet.
So that arrow, you hear like in the courtyard, you hear like a tunk, a twang from a bowstring, and an arrow sinks into this guy's foot, like pinning it to the ground.
Nice.
He gasps and looks confused and is trying to pull the arrow free with the intent to make his way back towards the street.
Can I sweep around from the statue, levy my sword at him, and using intimidation, say, "State your business."
Absolutely. Move your figure into position for where that's going to happen.
Absolutely. So I'm just
Good.
gonna move. Boop.
And we'll say he's going to be right here in the light.
Oh, he's over there? Okay. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. So I'm gonna run up while he's pinned and draw my sword and threaten the fuck out of him. Let's see how it goes. Can I use a reroll?
Yeah, there's There's, I think, 2 more in the chat.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna use them. Ah, much better. And I got 4 stunt points. That is 18 intimidation.
Oof. Yeah.
So I'm not striking him, but I'm intimidating him. And then I'd like to use my 4 stunt points to do a spot tells. This is a social stunt, but your interaction gives a sense to how your target might deceive you. So their next test to lie or otherwise trick me is the standard test or opposed roll or the success, whichever is higher. What does that mean? I
Alright.
want to see if they're lying in what they say to me.
All right. Right now they're confused. They're not saying anything. And if you say state your business. Really quick, as you're looking at this scene, anybody who's looking, perception check.
Ooh.
6, 12,
15.
same, 15.
All right.
I got a 14 with 6 stunt points.
All right.
I don't know if that meets it.
It will meet it. It was going to be a hard test at 13. Looking at this individual, they were wearing clothing, but they're wearing a light mail under their clothing, like a light chain mail under their clothing, trying to disguise. But the thing is that looking at that, you also know they're not truthfully as hurt as they appear to be for the moment.
You see anybody else coming around?
Is anybody else going to be doing anything? How about for Danny?
Since they didn't answer Amara, and I'm not fully aware that they're confused, I'm going to slide around the other side of the statue and backstab. Oh.
All right.
So I like to think it goes, state your business. Huh? Ugh!
Alright. So Amara, go ahead and move yourself into position to strike.
That order seems legit.
Yep.
John, is it okay that I cast rock armor on myself before this happened?
I'm perfectly fine with that.
Cool beans.
Uh, 20 to hit with 4 points on the stunt die.
All right.
I get
You
my
hit.
and I'm going to do a mighty blow as well,
All right.
along with stab him in the back.
Go ahead and give me that damage.
5, 10, 13,
There you
16 points of damage.
Nice. You strike true. Your blade piercing through the armor. They are still standing. But they call out as the blade hits them. And from where you were standing, near that statue, the road begins to fall away, moving downwards.
The road. Wait, which
road.
The road from the statue to.
So this courtyard near that statue where you had been standing, like almost literally where Luvia had been standing, it begins to descend, like mechanically opening up.
Okay.
Is that
So
initiative now?
we're all going to be going into initiative. You hear the sounds, for those of you near there in the courtyard, of figures moving up.
That's why the
through
cult was
hole.
empty. They were meeting with folks here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, initiative time.
Remind the audience what initiative is, just because I remember.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Look it up.
absolutely. I have the same problem, but it's it's one of those things we play a million systems. So for the initiative roll, it is going to be a dexterity initiative ability test.
I didn't do great in my role, but that's okay.
I wish stunt points help for initiative,
I wish they did too.
Don't we all?
but that's 19.
Are you ready?
And I have 18.
18. All right, and then what did you get for Michael? That was a 19, you said?
19 for Leon.
Question. Stunt
Yes.
points work. I got a 15.
Let's see, 12.
Well, I blew a really good roll on initiative, so I know the rest of these rolls are not going to be great.
So who got the 15? Sorry, I'm having to write everything down.
I think you did.
15 is, so the mob is going to go on a 13.
I got 11.
Sorry, babe.
Yeah. Sometimes you miss,
I got a rock.
Very much so.
I didn't like that you called them the mob. I'm not happy with that. That sounds stressful, and like a lot of people.
You come into my home on the day of my daughter's wedding.
Just
All right. Leon, you are the first to be going.
All right. So Leon's on the roof, but the courtyard is descending. Is that correct?
Yes, the courtyard is descending.
The whole thing?
Just a portion of it, like about that, literally the 2-yard square that Danny had been standing on, begins to descend at a rapid rate.
Okay, so it's just one. It's like a little elevator,
Possibly.
or the.
If
I
you
guess
want
I'm having a problem picturing it, John.
So it begins to descend at an angle, like opening up for a passageway leading
Okay.
from underground. That's the best way I can describe it. All your, so every square is roughly 2 yards or 6 feet.
Okay. So it's just the one section that Luvia is currently standing on right now.
What? No, where she was over by
Oh.
the statue in the center of the
Oh,
courtyard.
okay. Got it. Understood. Thank you. Got it.
Yeah, I thought I was going down too.
Oh no, my apologies.
No, that's later.
That's what I was going to say. It's not kind of going down shit London for tonight.
Howdy.
So Leon's gonna hold his action and he's gonna hold to see if anything comes up from this tunnel that appears to be this opening that appears to be occurring behind the statue.
All right.
So Leon's gonna hold.
Holding your action, that means that's going to go over to Luvia first. So for Danny, sorry.
To the best of my knowledge, any of these fuckers that use the tooth thing, it's activated with their tongue, yeah?
Tongue or possibly breaking the tooth.
Okay. So I'm gonna take my rapier and stab him right in the face, right in the jaw with it. That's where I'm aiming for if I hit him.
All right. Go ahead and make that attack.
.23 to hit.
Jeez. You hit.
With 5 stunt points, so I'm gonna do lethal blow.
All right. All right. Your blade pierces the side of his face, striking the tooth as it skims through his mouth and exits the other side. Poison begins to fill his mouth. His tongue only waggles in pain. Is there something else you're doing with this?
She falls to the ground and he slides off her sword. I hope it tastes good.
All right.
That was. Did you need my damage on that, or was that he only had?
Honestly,
enough hit
he
points to make
had. He would have had 5 hit points, but if you were with that
it?
strike,
Oh, I did more than that.
Yeah,
I did 9, 10, 11, 14.
yeah. With the strike plus the poison, if that was your goal, was to strike that tooth as well.
It was to knock it out so he couldn't use it, but if
Ah.
I broke it, that's fine too.
Yep. All right. Exiting at out of the underground. Let me grab this.
Oh, didn't Ilian go before the mob?
No. Oh, you went before
Yeah,
the
Illing goes in
mob,
15.
but
What?
you have a villain.
Ah. You mean you didn't immediately tell us when the villain would go? John, how could you?
Is he appearing on
What?
screen for you? Because I'm having a little bit of trouble from him.
I'm seeing no villains.
Just the one
The
dude.
anticipation is building for sure.
Just the shadows in our
Alright.
own heart.
Well, I'm going to delete him out then, and we're going to...
Shadows in our own
Press on.
The villain was the friends we made all along.
I'm
Wait,
on this. So he falls to the ground. I'm going to reuse that marker because for some reason my villain's marker was not working.
Yep.
And exiting out of the ground, coming up from below is... Let me pull up everything here. You have Gerald leading the charge out from below. All right.
Does that
And
trigger Leon's held action?
Leon could take an action if he so chose.
Yeah, if Gerard is the first person out of the hole, if Klaus is the first person out of that hole, oh yeah, Leon is gonna let loose with his arrow.
All right. Go ahead and make your roll.
Come on, come on. Do good things today. Oh boy. Alright, not bad at all. That is 5, 10, 13. That's 16.
16 to hit. Will hit.
Yep. And that is a 4 on the stunt dice.
Nice.
Sorry, no, 5 on the stunt dice. No, it's 4. 4. Yes, 4 on the stunt die. Got it.
All right.
Let me see if there's something we want to do here.
And fam, just a heads up. It is almost 10 o'clock, so we are probably going to go over a little bit.
You're fine. I'm good.
Definitely, Leon is going to spend those 4 points on Perforate.
All right.
Make an additional attack as a free action. If the attack hits and your dex is greater than your opponent's, you inflict an additional 1d6 damage on top of the usual damage. So that arrow strikes. The first arrow does 8 points of damage. And then almost immediately, Leon flips another arrow out and draws to attack.
Okay.
And that is a 15.
Hits right on.
Okay, no stunt points on that one, but that's okay. My dex is a 3.
All right. And is that the damage it does, or are you trying
Well,
to...
if the dex is greater than your opponent's, you inflict an additional 1d6 on
Oh, yeah.
top of the additional damage.
It is greater than his.
All right, so then it'll be 2d6 for the damage plus 3. 8, 11 points on the second. The second arrow does 11.
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
Both arrows strike, and he sees you as you strike at him, and will pull a crossbow up to shoot back.
All right.
So,
Good luck, you ponce.
all right. Is a 14 going to hit?
Let me look. Probably.
Well, remember, ties always go to my players. So he has to. If you have a 15, or if you have a 14, It's negated. So
I am. No, my defense is a 13, and I don't think. Does the light leather.
no, it doesn't. It will reduce the damage.
Okay. Okay, yep. So, yeah, so he did hit. The crossbow bolt does strike Leon.
All right.
No.
Pulling that up really quick.
Oop.
So. Da-da-da-da-da.
Does Leon have any cover from that wall?
Well, yeah, I am. He is on the roof. I don't know if that helps or not.
Are you? Hmm.
So Leon is on the roof. It's nighttime, and he is not lit.
That's a good question.
And he's a good guy, so
Well, I mean,
he's less evil than that one at least.
Yep. All right. Well, let's look at in combat. We're going to look at how that would affect you if you are prone at a distance, but it is a ranged weapon, so actually you will get the bonus, I believe.
oh,
So let's double check that really quick. One moment. Actually, I'm going to pull it up right here. Sorry, one moment, friends, because that's if you are going to get that bonus, that would be helpful.
I mean, I wouldn't deny it, of course.
All right. So for
I
combat,
prefer to not get struck with a crossbow bolt if I can help it, but
all right. This is verifying on that. I think you're actually going to get the +2. I'm going to just go ahead and call it right now because finding that specific rule is taking a moment. So I believe the +2 goes
Right.
to you because it is a ranged
okay,
weapon.
if I get the +2, then that gives me a 15 defense.
There you go. All right, the crossbow bolt buries into the roof near you. But he does call out for his friends below. But now before Ilian now gets to go.
You're muted, Frankie, my darling.
Nuh-uh. Thank you. I'm going to try to shoot this guy with Arcane Bolt.
All right.
And I have to make a casting roll first. Which is... Fuck me running. God damn it. Do we have a reroll?
Still have another one.
Yeah, we do.
Is it alright if I take it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the big bad. Or a big bad.
Oh, that's so much better. I beat the test number by a shit ton. I got like a 20 on here, and the test number's a 10. And then it's spell power, my spell power, versus his dexterity acrobatics.
All right. She does not have a specialization in, and that is going to be an 11 on his dexterity acrobatics.
I beat the shit out of that.
Yep.
And so that will be 2d6. Wait, no, I didn't even make the... Sorry, I haven't cast a spell in a while. Does I need a spell power roll? No.
For casting really quick.
No. I'm sorry, I'm trying to understand, I apologize. It's dexterity versus acrobatics, but I still make a roll, like a 3d6 roll as well, or do...
You should, with your spell power,
Yes.
yeah, 10 plus willpower plus arcane focus.
Yes. Is that the roll?
That's what you're rolling. That's what you're trying to beat.
Okay. I'm trying to beat my own spell
Actually-
power?
No, sorry.
That's okay. We haven't had a fight in a minute.
It's
It's
been
true.
a few. It's been a few weeks.
Goodness.
We're really good at this.
All right.
Beat
And
the
you
tech.
are Arcane Lancing, correct?
No, I'm shooting an arcane bolt.
Arcane Bolt.
And I beat the casting roll, I beat it. Beat the TN and it says make a spell power roll.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, you're good. Test has already been done.
Oh! So I don't need to make another roll?
Should not need to make another roll right now, no.
Damn it. I wanted that roll. I got 6
Um,
stuff points. Cool. So it's
Rev, you got something?
Mm-mm.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm listening. I'm reading. I'm sorry. I was messing with my hair.
2d6. Alright. The casting rolls dragon die. That is 10.
All right. 10 damage.
Yee.
All right. Add that in. All right, he is still standing, and some friends are going to come and join him.
Cool. I'm gonna duck back a little bit. I can't seem to move myself for some reason. But once I move myself, I'm ducking back just a little bit more.
Goodness. Okay.
Just to step
So
back
we
out
have-
of line of sight.
We have hit a unfortunate new bug since they're starting to roll out their new systems, and yeah. Unfortunately, it looks like some of my NPCs went away.
Oh no.
Yep. And so we're just gonna have to theater of mind it a bit here tonight. So.
It's alright.
These things happen. My apologies to the audience. But we'll just keep on going with it then. So,
How many people climb out of the bad guy's hole?
climbing
Oh my
out,
God.
3 more people exit behind them.
Well done, Frankie.
Thank you.
All right. Man, that's sad. I am so sorry, everyone. But, all right. The 3 people coming out from below, we're going to go ahead and say one readies their bow. And will be firing. Coming around the corner, shooting at Amara.
Bring it.
Will let's double check that number, a 16 hit you?
That's a tie.
Tie?
I have 16 defense.
All right, it does not hit you. 2 other people are rushing out with shields and swords. And they will rush towards Danny.
Oh, they gotta go through me. Is there attack of opportunity in this game? There's not, is
No.
there? Damn it.
And this will be one person charging and failing. And the other person will a 12 hit. I don't think it will.
Me? No.
Yeah. Didn't think so. All right.
Was that one also charging?
No. Oh, well, technically they were, but the thing is that it sure did suck. Yeah.
Did they run into each other?
Dunk.
Technically they ran up next to each other just to get the strike. And now it goes to Amara.
Finally. Okay. Amara's gonna swing around at the people who are attacking Danny, who are within range. And I'm going to go ahead and let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna do a melee attack. Swapping out with my bastard sword.
All right.
Plus... That's a 17 to hit.
All right, 17 will more than hit.
Hell yeah. That's gonna be... Let me roll that damage. Nice. That's 11 points of damage.
All right. 11 points of damage will... I'm going to put that on guy number 1. So... All right, he is still standing for the moment.
Let's see, and I think I'm going to... That's it. I don't have any minor actions to use.
All right. So we're going to go back to the top of initiative and to Leon.
And my not so much friend is still standing, right?
Yes, he is still standing.
Good. Let's take another shot at him.
All right.
Leon has a singular focus at the moment. 10, 15, 18. No stun points, but I did get an 18.
18 hits.
And that arrow will do 7 points of damage.
7 points damage. All right.
Thunk.
Strikes true, and they're still standing. All right, this goes then to Danny.
I am going to activate to use my Mangaush to give me a +1 to my defense, and then attack.
All right.
$17.
17 more than hits.
3 is 8 points damage.
And is this on the fresh opponent or the one that Amara wounded?
The fresh one for now.
All right. All right. The villain, so he is going to drop his crossbow and draw his sword and begin advancing towards, I'm going to say, I'm going to roll a d6. So we're going to see which one of y'all he's going to start walking towards. Oh! Ilian, he's walking towards you.
And I hit around the corner and I'm squishy.
Yep.
Does he have enough speed to reach Ilian?
No.
No.
Oh, thank fuck.
No. So, all right. But that means that Ilian, it is now your turn as he's coming towards you.
Coming towards me?
Yes, sword drawn.
Well, shit. I haven't tried this yet. I'm gonna use Arcane Lance. Alright,
And this time I'm gonna pull it up so I can be.
Jesus Christ, learn to fucking roll, Francis. 15.
All right, that does hit.
Cool.
And the arcane lance.
Alrighty, and then... yeah. Well... 7!
7 points damage.
Yeah, and I kind of thrust my staff forward and, like... which is, like... it has, like, 12 feet of reach, so it, like, extends farther out in, again, that kind of crystalline looking... and then, like, pierces his side.
Oh.
It strikes him, and it actually causes him to pause, and he's going to He looks like he is going to start running towards the portcullis.
Get him, Amara. I've got these two.
All right. Now that does mean that. Let's see. Mob is now up next.
A mob?
Yes, the mob are all the other enemies.
Okay, I thought there were more. I was like,
No,
huh.
no. All right, Arrow trying to shoot at Leon. Oof. Leon, I'm definitely thinking I hit you with the 20.
Yeah.
All right.
That'll do it.
Damage. Oof. You're going to take 10 points damage. Subtract your armor rating from that damage to know what it actually does to you.
All right.
Can you tell us what that is, just so, because I'm healer McGee over here, and I didn't know.
I
what
will. I will in just a moment.
All right. Olivia, for Danny, does a 14 hit.
No.
All right.
It would normally, but with that +1 defense, I have a 15.
Light leather has an armor rating of 3, so
All right. And for Danny, that is going to be 16 on the second attempt to hit.
That will hit.
Oof. That is going to be 8 points of damage.
It's going to be 5 points of damage. We take
Alright.
the armor rating off, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, in this
Yeah, 5
game,
points
your
damage.
armor rating subtracts from the damage, which is useful. All right. And then it goes to Amara.
Okay, listen.
Yes.
Here's John. Here's what I would like to do. Where exactly can you move the token? Like, how far away is Klaus / Gavroche or whatever his name is? How far away is he from Amara?
Pulling that back up really quick. Let me go in. And you are looking at him being... Oof. Because every square is 2 yards. If he is
Doesn't
trying
matter.
to move away from you,
Oh, he got close to
Yeah.
Ilian. Oh, okay.
you would have stopped
Okay.
there. So that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 yards away.
Okay, so listen.
Uh-huh. I'm
Um,
listening.
So what I
Okay,
would
so-
love to do is, can I have enough speed to run at him, but can I tackle him?
I believe so.
Because
I
I pretty
believe
much
that
want to
is-
run through him.
Grapple?
You know, I will have to pull up the specific combat checks, but I believe that is an action. Double check. Because you have a limited number of actions. Let's see. Pulling up the other sheet. There. There. Let's see. Here we go. So, charge, defend, run, ranged, all out, fly, heal, melee. Because some creatures and some things have had that.
Like a grapple action, isn't it?
It would be.
I don't see grapple in major actions. Or anything
Hold on.
similar.
I got the. Let me see if I can find it for you. If it's even in there.
Well, I'm hoping.
No.
You know. Grapple is a combat stunt. Did you get any stud points?
Not yet.
All right. It is a combat stunt done with 2 combat stunt points.
Okay.
Do we have any stuff
Um,
points in the pool?
Not unless chat gave us some.
Unfortunately,
Because
no.
we used the one that I had.
Can
The one that I had recorded.
Damn it. Okay. Then I'm gonna use run, and run like around him because I have. If he's 16 feet away, I can move an additional 2 squares. So I want to move like right here,
Okay.
like blocking him from the portcullis. And then I'm going to. That's a major action, and I'm going to press the attack.
All right.
I declare an adjacent enemy combatant when I do this. Until the beginning of my next turn, if the enemy moves away from you, you may immediately move up to your speed and yards in direct pursuit of the enemy at no additional costs and actions. Occurs immediately after the foe's movement before they can do anything else.
A wonderful use of that power. All right.
Not letting this fucker get away.
So, Leon, it's up to you.
Yeah, we're gonna. I mean, Leon's gonna do what he's been doing, and he's gonna lay another arrow down.
All right.
See if we can stop him.
Hitting the villain.
Yep. Going for Gerard.
All right.
Well, that was his name.
Rush, I was dying.
Come on.
Where's that from? Is that from?
Yes.
Les Mis.
Okay. 6.
Mathematically correct.
17.
17 hits.
Oh no, hold on. No,
Oh.
I'm still doing math. So I misadded.
Uh-oh.
You don't allow errors here.
He rolled a 7, it threw him off.
Happens sometimes.
That's
Saved it for the last.
Joke will never
16.
die.
I got a 16.
16 hits.
And I have 4 on the stun die.
nice.
So we are going to go back and look at these. Use one of these. I'm gonna use. So I have a rogue a rogue ability that lets me use Pierce Armor for 1 stunt point. So I'm gonna spend 1 stunt point on Pierce Armor.
Nice.
And then I will spend 3 stunt points. Can't. And I will use the 2 stunt points on a Mighty Blow.
Nice. Okay. That's good.
So here's the damage. Ah. It's going to be 11 points with his armor halved.
All right. Let me do some quick math here. All right. You wanted to know that moment when he was within like 5 hit points or whatever, or he looked like he was at his wit's end? Yeah. You are down to that moment that the next blow could probably kill him.
All right.
All right. That said,
Leon, can I use my movement to make my way down the roof?
yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Go ahead and just give me an acrobatics roll.
thing.
Difficulty hard, so that's going to be a 13. Do we have any rerolls in chat?
I don't think we do.
I don't think we do
Oh,
either.
no.
I don't think
Can
we
we
do.
just say, Leon has been so badass this whole fight. He like pinned that guy's foot to the floor. He's been taking shots at the main guy, coming down for a super
no.
intense confrontation.
No. Let me double check what I have here. I don't have anything that'll help me here. So, that's going to be a total of 10.
All right. You're
Can
going.
Leon land on him if he falls?
You know, I usually rule it cool that, but I'm just gonna say, Leon, coming down, you fall a bit.
I think Leon rushed him like he was in a hurry to get down, from the roof. Tried to clamber down and maybe lost his footing.
Yep. You slide the rest of the way down, slamming your leg, and you take 3 points of damage.
All right. I think that's fair.
All right.
Terracotta tiles.
Seeing the situation unfold, the archer takes off at a run towards the south gate.
That's fine.
He fails his TN test on the acid splash bomb there.
Yeah! Good call, Leon.
Surprise!
And he goes down.
Nice.
You still have, I believe, at this point we have 2 more people. One is going to try to attack Lou.
Wait, I go after Leon.
Oh, wait a second. Yes, actually you do. Never mind. My apologies.
So I'm going after the guy that's already injured
Mhm.
again.
All right.
15.
Hits.
3 on the stunt dice, so I am also going to do Pierce Armor for 1 point and Mighty Blow.
All right.
$14 points.
14 points damage. All right. Minus 2. All right. Your main gouge at this point, I believe that's what you were using to fight.
No, I'm using my rapier. I'm using both. I have the 2 weapon styles.
All
I'm
right.
using both.
All right, you strike out at him and pierce under his tunic, striking into a vital section, and he falls down, clutching at his gut.
Nice.
You're next, buddy. She looks at the one that's not injured.
All right.
No, you injured that one, didn't you?
No, one of them hasn't been. No. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, they're both injured a little bit. Well, now one's very
Well,
injured.
now one's.
So Claude begins to try and go around Amara towards the gate.
I'm following right behind.
So he will make it that far.
And I have... Yep, I have enough movement. So I'm breathing down his neck.
Okay. So I'm gonna be sending a private message really quick. Whoop,
Oh, hell yeah.
if I can get it to come up.
Secret.
And I'm right after him, right?
Mm-hmm. Just one moment. Yep.
No pressure, Frankie. All you gotta do is hit him. That's all you gotta do is hit him.
Well, I don't want to kill him, because then I'll take away Leon's big moment.
No, we can always narratively word it. Like your magic holds him still as Leon throws a dagger or something.
I think the important thing for Leon is that he's dead.
Yeah, cool.
Less
All
by
right.
his hand and just that he's dead.
Noted.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So that means now we're going over to Ilian.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna pop out and do a magic about it. I'm gonna. You said he's within like 5 points.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do an arcane lance again. Make an attack.
Are
roll.
really quick, are you striking the villain?
I want to do non-lethal damage. Oh,
Reach out and touch
I want to.
someone.
I want to see if I could maybe just knock him down, knock him out. Yeah, I'm striking at the villain.
All right.
Oh shit. Okay. That is an 18 with 3 stunt points.
All right. So that
yeah.
that is going to hit. I do believe Fantasy Age 2nd Edition made it to where you can now declare non-lethal damage as a part of your actions. So thank you, Fantasy Age 2nd Edition.
So I want to hurt him, but I want him to not be quite dead yet. So I'm gonna see. All right. Woo. It's an 8.
Okay.
Going for non-lethal damage. I'm going for a knee.
He falls to his knees, looks over his shoulder at the group of you,
Oh shit, he's gonna bite a fucking tooth, isn't he?
and says, "For the Cirrus,"
Damn it! Damn it! Damn it!
and clicks down on his teeth.
Well, he dead.
All right, well, let's see what happens. So,
Laura, like, jam her sword.
Spit it out! Spit it out! Drop it!
so
he bit down on the tooth, right?
yes,
Okay.
the last swordsman see this and take off, unless anybody tries to stop them.
Leon gets to his feet and just starts lacing him with arrows. Literally just walking toward him and thunk, 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 knows that he's biting down the tooth. I mean,
Yeah, he just wants to kill him.
Amara makes a move to chase after the swordsman that's running away, but as she starts to move, she seizes up and collapses to her knees on the ground, and her veins are standing out, and like there's a vein throbbing in her head, and she looks like she's in pain.
Mara.
When he runs away, does he run into that other trap that's in the alley near where I'm
He's-
standing?
You know what? Chaos roll. Some may call it odds or evens.
Oh, Lou.
Even.
He runs into it on a 4. He fails his dex check with a 7.
We got everybody.
All right, and he collapses, sprayed with the acid, screaming in pain.
Danny doesn't even look. She runs straight to Amara and slides on her knees. Are you okay? Talk to me. What's going on?
I don't know. Does the seizing pass or get worse?
It holds for the moment.
I cast Dispel Magic.
Okay. It appears to have no effect right now. As you are walking up, though, and shooting these arrows, you've turned him into a human, pincushion. He is laying there, and he looks over at you. His eyes are not bleeding, his mouth is not foaming, and he says, "How?" And collapses dead from the onslaught. The portcullis near you begins to glow with a reddish air to it. You sense quite a bit of power, both Amara and Ilian, coming from within it. And a figure walks out from the shadows,
Son of a bitch.
wearing a cloak and not exposing any of themselves. Well, I'd hoped we'd all be able to meet under better circumstances. And, this figure, feminine in form, walks over and is now just barely on the other side of the portcullis. A red sheen filling the gaps between. And we are out of combat. Y'all are free to take whatever actions you wish.
Annie's gonna slide around and put herself between Amara and whoever this figure is.
Amara tries to stand, depending on if she's able to or not.
This figure holds out their hand and just waves it. And you feel the pain in your veins release. But all of you who are watching this figure as they're walking over, you see that their hand is encrusted in red lyrium.
No!
She's not trying to come, so it's a portal and she's not walked through the portal, correct?
It's the portcullises still with the beams. And this
Yeah.
figure is just standing on the other side of it.
Is any part of me glowing red after she waved her hand?
No. But
Okay.
you do feel a little bit of a strange connection.
Amara's gonna say to everyone, careful, that's red lyrium.
Ilian is kind of like side circling it. This Cirrus, I presume?
That is the name I go by here.
Do you have another you want to give?
No, but I wish to offer a possible alliance. We have similar goals, after all.
Leon is paying attention to none of this.
Yeah. Busy.
He has knelt at the lifeless form of Renault and is examining his fingers, looking for a ring.
I'm gonna step between Leon and Scary Lady.
And how do you think that you, standing there bathed in red lyrium, and us could have anything in common?
We both want our own roads to continue. Yes?
Why wouldn't we want the world back?
Interesting. Are you certain you're in that world?
What do you know that we don't?
So many things. But that's not important right now. I have been somewhat benevolent after all, until this point. You're on a precipice. To save this world, I am willing to offer you an alliance.
What were you using the elves for?
An arrangement to ensure your lack of invasion. At least until such point that I could make sure that that wasn't going to be a problem.
Lack of invasion from who?
To Vinter.
So you're the Cirrus, correct?
Yes, is that so hard to believe?
No, just I thought someone who was the Cirrus would be more interesting than a slave trader.
You have no idea. This world has importance. And I have ensured that this world will continue. If you are not interested in an alliance with me, so be it. There are other worlds that I can try to save.
Where are the missing?
Which ones? She smiles, almost knowingly. You see the curve of a chin and lips as they lean back with their hood. Again, that strange glow emanating from their skin.
You know.
I do. You want to know if they're here or not. You want to know where they are. What are you willing to trade, Mr. Hubert?
Yeah.
What could I possibly have that you would desire? I have nothing.
There are points. It's the best way to put it. Important points that secure worlds. Moments. Places. Individuals. So, like I said, I wish for this world to continue, and I don't have time to explain it all. But I can tell you this. I have tried to act in the best interest of this world in my own way. Because something is coming. Something not from me. To be this very blunt, I arranged all of this. I arranged for the greatest armies in this nation to be in a certain location to be prepared for what is to come. On the other side of the mountains, beyond this border of Orlais, a blight comes. And without my actions, the army would not be there to stop it, or at least prevent it for now.
Only the Grey Wardens can stop a blight.
Yes, but this can pause it. And that's where the real question begins with the four of you. One of you is that pin that will stop it. Alicia.
Stop the blight?
Yes.
But
So one of us is meant to be a Grey Warden.
Indeed.
Got it.
You crazy bitch.
No, I'm just one that understands what's coming.
Oh.
And-
Oh.
You four may have this world for now. And Leon, if you're looking for your family, they're still here. And she glances over towards the descending path.
Leon looks at her and then looks to the path under the statue and bolts. Just bolts for that path.
Can I cast Dispel Magic on the portal?
You can certainly try.
There we go. Oh, it's such a high DC, and I roll like shit. I made it! I made it! So, it is a spirit magic versus spell power. You remove any magical effects from a chosen. Roll your magic spirit versus the spell power of any magic.
All right. Just to expedite, I'm going to say, because we are almost coming up on 11,
Yeah.
the spell breaks.
yeah.
And she just looks at you and nods. One of you is to be the champion here. He has his family, you have your duty, and so much more yet. And she says that looking over at Danny.
Can I flip her off as the portal closes? Delicate or lesion.
Be aware.
Who are you?
Oh. Well, if you must know. And she begins to remove her hood, covered in red lyrium. You see the visage of Celine Valmont the First.
Oh, evil Celine.
Did you try to have my mother killed?
No, I succeeded. There are
Can we-
worse
This is the
things coming.
slowest closing portal.
She is leaving, and she is, as she's saying this, over her shoulder. Beware, heroes. Worse things are coming than me. And she disappears with him. And that is where we're going to be calling it for tonight. Well, friends, I hope that you've enjoyed this ride. It got a little bit bumpy there with the combat. I'm sorry about that. But hopefully this plot and everything will shake out, and hopefully by the time we start back up, Alchemy will have updated with their new mapping tech, which is supposed to be coming out in the next few months. I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, we'll see you in a few months for Season 2 of our Dragon Age campaign. Now that said, stopping really quick, I'll pass it off to my players if you want to say anywhere where you might be found or anything y'all are up to really quick.
I can be found at home. Don't find me there. But you can also see the game that I made called Our Flag Means Kiss, which is on itch.io.
Awesome. Passing over to Michael really quick.
Jeez. Well, luckily things are lightening up for the summer. You can still find me on every other Monday on the YouTube channel at Smugglers Blues for our new Redemption stream. The Redemption podcast was a long-running actual play Star Wars actual play. We started doing a live stream on YouTube a few weeks ago, and that's been a lot of fun. So catch us there on Mondays, occasional Mondays, every other Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then you can also find me on the show Tubular Teens with Titans, which is an audio drama based along or inspired by the Power Rangers. You get to play a fun character named Pan Vahan, who started out as the villain and now is the team's mentor. It's a real
Ooh, I
friend,
love an arc.
enemies to friends type of arc. So you can catch me there too. And here, hopefully through the summer with the Seriously Let's Plays.
Awesome. Going up to Rev.
It's me, Rev. You can find me here on Discord, Twitter, Insta, wherever you want to get a hold of me. And sometime later this summer, John and I are probably going to talk about bringing an ongoing Alien campaign where we have rotating cast members because the world building stuff is coming out. I think it's in August. I'll let you guys know when I know for sure what the release date is. I'm trying to set something up, so looking for people who want to play in the Alien universe and who want to try and not get hugged in their face.
Warm hugs. And Frankie.
I don't do much, but I'm going to Gen Con for the second time, and I'll probably be at any sort of Rook and Rast meetup, so if you want to see how good I am at hugs in real life, say hi. I'm very huggable.
Nice. Well, and everyone, my name is John. I am the creator of Gutterpunk, which should be going off to our printer at some point, either this month or at the end of the month. And then, on top of that, you can also find me in the upcoming PIP system book. I wrote for the Robots PIP system book that they've got coming out for the PIP primer. And then I'm also a stretch goal writer for Never Going Home. I'll have a mission coming out with them. So, and by the way, I will be at Gamehole Con, and the mission that I'm writing for Winning Games, I will be running it there with their permission. So if you want to come out and check it out, please be there. But all things considered, everyone, y'all have a great evening, and we will see you in a few months with this show, but come check us out and see what else we got going on. Talk to y'all later.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.